Right now we are sick. 302 million Americans, and probably half suffer on a daily basis from any number of conditions. The question is why? And what are we supposed to do about it? On the one hand, I've spent my whole career helping people overcome diseases. Many times their doctor says, you can't cure, you can't treat. And you know something? Their doctor's absolutely right. They couldn't cure it, they couldn't treat it. I can help people in ways that maybe the doctor doesn't understand, but it's important you understand. I believe in nature. I believe that nature has answers. I believe that we were not built without the ability to rejuvenate ourselves, to regenerate ourselves, to heal ourselves, but we have to know how to do it. We have to have the key that unlocks that magic of healing inside. I'm Gary Null, and I believe that right now, more than ever, people are saying, yes, we can do it. What do we need to know? How do we go about it? What are the first steps? That's where we begin this journey of healing.
Gary has made a huge impact on my life and everyone in my family for that matter.
Having been a diabetic for 20 years on 7 different kinds of medication daily, I am now medication-free.
I have so much energy. I want to go out and run a mile every day, or 4.
It's great because I feel very much in control of my health.
I went from being horribly ill for over 10 years with ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease, and inside of 6 months, I healed myself, and now I've been disease-free for over 6 years, and I feel great.
I've seen nothing short of miracles.
I wish for a moment you could be in my shoes. For the past 35 years, I have seen what happens when a person makes the wrong choice. It can be as serious as being toe-tagged and put in a morgue. I respect medicine that works, and we honor it, especially with emergency medicine. You get an injury, you have a heart attack, you have a stroke, you got a broken leg, you got a finger severed. We are magical. It is the chronic care that we fail at, the day-to-day care. Now look at the conditions. I'm talking about high blood pressure and heart disease and elevated cholesterol. I'm talking about digestive problems and allergies, fibromyalgia and arthritis. I'm talking about depression. I'm talking about things that we can deal with. I can deal with. Now let's say that you have high blood pressure. You're going to be on a medication. Why? Because television says go on a medication. Did you ever stop and say, hold on, did I just hear him say that right? The side effect of that medication is death. Death as a side effect, to me, isn't an option. Healing is an option. Doing something natural, inexpensive, easy to do, that's an option. Go to the chapter I have in the Complete Encyclopedia of Natural Healing. Look under heart disease. You got elevated cholesterol, let's bring it down. A bowl of oatmeal in the morning can help that process. Beta-glucan can help that process. Certain nutrients can help it. Blueberries are good for that. There's no reason that we should have to be relying upon very expensive and very toxic drugs when nature is not foolish. Nature knows more and keeps our blood naturally thin and keeps the platelets from aggregating and helps prevent a stroke. Diabetes is an epidemic in the United States. There was a time when I was growing up in a small town in West Virginia where people just assume if they hit 50, 55, 60, they were going to be overweight because no one exercised. They were going to have diabetes, and it was called sugar diabetes. And they would frequently lose a finger, a toe, a leg to gangrene. They would frequently lose their vision. So they were racked with pain, they lost their vision, and frequently had amputations, and they died at a much younger age. Today, the good news. Go to the chapter in the Complete Encyclopedia of Natural Healing. Read the chapter on diabetes because we know now what causes diabetes, and I have a whole section in the Complete Encyclopedia on diabetes, its causes and its natural treatment, and read the testimonials. Read them for yourself. Real people who otherwise might be injured or dead who today are celebrating life.
When one feels the body at dis-ease, and you don't wish to sustain it in that fashion, then you make a decision. And when you make a decision, you make a choice. I made the choice to live. The response has been tremendous, absolutely tremendous. Having been a diabetic for 20 years on 7 different kinds of medication daily, I am now medication-free. My blood pressure from 150/90 is now 110/68. My medical doctor is quite shocked. I'm sure she feels that she might be losing me as a patient because she doesn't have to prescribe medication anymore. But she felt it was great. If it works, keep it up. And that's exactly what I intend to do.
Now you're going to do something. You're going to go through one of 2 doors. You're going to say, okay, let's go to the chapter on arthritis. I've got inflammation in my knees. I've got inflammation in my hands and my elbows. And my doctor says, take the COX-2 inhibitor. In my book, go to the chapter on arthritis, and then you'll see what causes arthritis, the real causes. Yes, for years I debated the rheumatologist who said there's no relationship between arthritis and diet at all. Diet can't cause it, diet can't treat it. Wrong. We have understood what causes arthritis. Inflammatory agents, hot dogs, hamburgers, pizzas, French fries, the colas, the coffee, the artificial sweeteners, the sugar. Yes, those cause inflammation. Then what do? Then you go to the section of that book that says natural treatments. You're going to read about people who had arthritis. First, they went on the elimination diet. It's spelled out in that chapter, exactly. Juices, did you know about potato juice and cabbage juice and aloe vera and bone set and boswellia and chondroitin sulfate and glucosamine sulfate and silica and vitamin K3 and vitamin D and vitamin C, and they're all there. All the nutrients known to help rejuvenate that synovial joint, the synovial fluid. Even something I learned a long time ago from probably the most interesting man I ever met when it came to arthritis. His name was Dale Alexander. And he said 2 tablespoons of emulsified cod liver oil on an empty stomach in the morning and watch your joints come alive. I thought, this couldn't be right. This has to be, folklore. Oh, it was right, and the science supports it. Allergies? Look at all the medications sold on television for allergies. How about reversing allergies naturally? Go to the chapter on allergies.
I used to suffer from terrible seasonal allergies, everything from sneezing to watery eyes to congestion. Also, I was highly allergic to cats. I feel great. I don't have allergies anymore.
Read the Complete Encyclopedia of Natural Healing about what you need to do. And there you're going to read about people who've made these changes. People who today are happy and healthy. People who had diseases that they were told cannot be reversed, and their doctor was right. They couldn't reverse them. I was right. I did.
When I was 21 years old, I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, and I would go to the bathroom 15 times a day, and even though I was on a lot of pharmaceutical medication, I went from being horribly ill for over 10 years with ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease, and inside of 6 months, I healed myself with alternative medicine, with food and supplementation and exercise, and now I've been disease-free for over 6 years, and I feel great.
Either way, you're going to be right. Right with disease and right without disease. It's your call, it's your choice. Right now's the time. You make the decision. You're either going to take back your life or your life is going to be up for grabs.